breakfast on a Thursday. We're getting close to wrapping things up, but what a pleasure to welcome Talitha Oosthuizen, Mrs. South Africa 2025 finalist. She's currently ranked third, leading up to the final crowning event happening on the 14th of November. Talitha, well done. It's looking good for the 14th. Good morning.
Good morning and good morning to your listeners.
So you're going to have to tell us, going into the 14th, I'm sure you're pretty excited. How does this work that you ranked third? How do you know this? I thought the judges keep all their information like secret. So how does this work?
Yes. No. That's not the rankings at all. That's just SMS voting. So we get those
Ah,
stats once a month. Yeah, so I don't know where I'm standing. We still have to go through the judging process, the interview process, presentation process. So the SMS voting doesn't have anything to do with my ranking in the Mrs. South Africa pageant.
I see. Okay, well done. I mean, third with the SMSs, that means you've been getting all of the people out there, social media, WhatsApp, and
Yes.
everything, getting everybody out there. So well done. I mean, that's worthwhile doing. How are you feeling
Thank you.
before we
Yeah, because baie bevoorreg.
before we chat about the other stuff? How do you feel about the 14th? I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, is the butterflies in the stomach kind of stuff?
Yes, it is. So I'm nervous, but I'm also very excited, and I don't want this journey to end, and I believe it won't.
Mm.
So yeah, but there's still so much to prepare. But I'm very excited.
So let's talk about pageantry. I mean, we all know Miss South Africa. I mean, even I used to sit and watch it with my parents as a kid. I didn't know what was cooking, but there were these ladies strutting their stuff and they had their little sashes on them and everybody was cheering and your Talita, but the people get serious and it's their favorites and the judges mustn't say anything against their favorites. The people get uptight about these things. They sort of lose themselves in it. It's always been a pretty big deal, certainly in South Africa when it comes to Miss South Africa and pageants.
Yes. No, it's very true. And it's very easy to lose yourself. So when
Mm.
you enter, you need to know your purpose. You need
Yeah.
to know your why, because you're going to have those days of self-doubt and, oh, why am I doing this? But then you have to remember, and you have to have your team surrounding you to keep you grounded. And faith is very important for me.
Yeah.
And that keeps me grounded. And also the causes that I stand for.
Mm. So let's take it to actually getting involved in pageants. I mean, you started when you were a little girl, right? Already getting into the whole pageantry thing. Tell us that story.
Yes. So I started at the age of 9. Unfortunately, I experienced injustice as a child. So my mom saw that this little girl is broken and
Mm.
she needs a lift. She needs a little bit of confidence and something to bring her back. And my mom enrolled me in a modeling course with Andrea Stelzner, and it changed my life.
Wow.
She entered me in a few pageantry competitions. Um, and honestly, that's where it started. It all started, and then I went up in high school. I entered a few competitions there where I won Mejuffrou Goudrif,
Daar's hy.
and I also entered Miss South Africa, but unfortunately that was not meant for me. And when I got married, Mrs. South Africa came my way, and I just said to myself, I owe it to me. I'm worthy. I'm enough. Go for it.
Mm.
Take that chance. Be courageous and be a voice for others that also has experienced heartache in their life, to showcase them that there is an outcome, there is hope, and I want to
Mm.
be that for them.
Yeah, that's amazing. What about moms listening right now that are thinking to do what your mom did with you? Saying, oh, I'd love to get my daughter involved in pageantry. Maybe she's a bit like you that has also come through the ranks and said, maybe there's still hope for me and an opportunity. But let's focus on the daughters right now. I mean, looking in,
Yes.
doesn't it set you up for lots of pressure and maybe disappointment? Or is that just part of life? And so you're just learning some really valuable life skills.
You are. It is, and I think it's also got to do a lot with parenting, where the parents need to have that conversation with their children to tell them that, you can't always win, and that's not the
Mm.
reason why we are doing pageantry. It's not always to get the crown. It's far more beyond that. It's about teaching confidence. It's about respect. It's about learning who you are and also a purpose, because every child also needs to have a purpose in life and to realize that they are more than enough. But there is another side to pageantry. I'm also fighting the fight against human trafficking.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of fake contracts going around. So as a parent, you need to be vigilant. You need
True.
to do your homework well if you want to have your children going to pageantry. I would also say rather send them to modeling class, where they will also get that opportunity and gain experience, and they will be inspired. But to enter pageants at a very young age, I would say do your homework very well and understand that there might be consequences if you don't do your homework.
Yeah, thanks for that warning. But what about people that's saying, well, am I not maybe too ordinary, or my child, I see her, because you could say as moms, as parents, you want to say, I think your own child is so wonderful. But what happens if you think, like, I don't want them to get hurt or their egos to be bruised, or, what if they say, well, aren't we just too ordinary to do something like, because, it's so wonderful pageants and so flashy and fancy. I mean, what do you say to people who say maybe we're just too ordinary?
Yeah, I tell them no. Nobody in this world is ordinary. We are extraordinary. But as women, we tend to lose that somewhere. And we just think that we are just. And we are never just a mom. We're not just a girl. We're not just a cleaner. We are not just an entrepreneur. We are so much more. But we need to go and find that self-worth again. And I think that is where modeling and pageantry plays a role, because it tends to give you that worth in yourself. Even though there are days that you compare, but those are the days that you need to dig deep and remember your why. And also the people that surround you will keep you grounded in your faith.
Yeah.
But you always need to know that there's something deeper within yourself, and you need to believe that. And you always need to know that you are more than enough. And us as women, we need to realize that and to go and find that sparkle and go and sparkle.
Yeah. Talitha, I had a friend at university who was into pageants and all of these kind of things. And you could definitely see that. I mean, it wasn't necessarily the most beautiful person you'd ever seen, but the confidence that she carried and the success that came her way because of that level of confidence in herself. She knew who she was and she knew why she was there. And you could almost, you enjoy being in that person's company because there's something really dynamic about them. And it just came out of a place of having grown up like you have in these kinds of things. And so you feel very self-confident. It was never in a kind of an out there way. It was always just, this is really a nice person to be around because of their confidence in themselves.
I always say it's a silent confidence.
Yeah.
And you can go out in the world and, like you say, you might not be the most beautiful person in that perspective if you look at it, at the outer words looks. But whatever shines from within can conquer anything from the outside. And that is the most important part. And that's what people see and respect. And that might be the difference between winning and losing.
Yeah. Do you have any more top tips? I mean, you shared something earlier about let's be careful. Don't just go with anything you see as a pageant. Let's do it maybe through a modeling agency, and let's do it through a way that's a little bit more structured and careful. Do you have any other tips for ladies and daughters that are listening?
Yes, so I would also say to them that be careful of social media, because they will contact you on social media saying to you that, this is so great and please enter this competition or this or that. So be careful about what you receive on social media as well. But always stay authentic. Stay who you are. Be sure to have a team that surrounds you, that supports you, and that you can rely on. And always know that you are more than enough, and go for it. Encourage yourself and know that you need to stay yourself. And like I said, I am a person of faith. So have something that grounds you so that you can go to a quiet place and just become quiet and remember who you are. Pray and trust. You need to trust God.
Yeah.
And know your denker.
Yeah.
Dit wat in jou kop is, you need to know. And most definitely your purpose.
I just want to hang on this for we've got like another minute or two together. And I think, Talitha, this is so
Yes.
important to talk about this faith thing. For people that saying, yeah, but I mean, isn't it a worldly thing? We are people, we're believers in Jesus, people of faith, and now we're going doing these things. Isn't it like too worldly? What are some of your thoughts around that? Because we've got a Christian audience here today.
Yes, yes. So I say that we are all beautifully and wonderfully made. We have
Mm,
all different talents. And if that is something that is placed on your heart and it feels like that is your purpose and you have prayed and that feels right,
mm,
then go for it. But you need to trust that. And if you don't hear that voice,
yeah.
um, then don't, because
Mm,
it's not for everybody. It honestly, it's not. And don't go do something that is going to diminish your light,
yeah. I
because
like that.
then it's, why are you doing it? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Don't let someone diminish your light. Go and shine your light, even in these places. So, it's not
Yes.
long now till the 14th of November, Talitha. Quickly, before we go, what do you hope that your journey, the story of your life now, you've shared a bit with it with us now, and hopefully we'll see you right there at the top with the crown on your head on the 14th of November. Do you have a message that you want to send to ladies listening this morning?
Yes. So I want to say to them that if you have experienced injustice in any way or heartache in any way, in any time of your life, remember that you are enough. And I want to be that voice of inspiration for you. I'm standing on that stage for you to showcase that we can do it. There is life beyond heartbreak. Hope belongs to everybody. And do not let your silence voice, do not let your voice and your silence be
Mm.
shrunk. Be that person, have a voice. Don't let your light diminish. Be
You've
that sparkle.
Be that sparkle. And boy, oh boy, I'm sure Talita is going to be wearing something that sparkles. Hopefully, that winner's crown on her head come the 14th of November. We're supporting you, Talita.
Yes.
Well done on how far you've
Thank you so
come.
much.
And it's not too long now. And we look forward to hearing from you and from Isadora, someone letting us know how well you've done. And thanks for sharing your story with us this morning. And I'd love to hear from the ladies listening. If there's anybody that says, yeah, really, that's made me think, I'd love to hear from you as well.
Yes.
Talita, have yourself a really,
Thank
really
you.
great day. All of the best to you, and we'll connect again soon.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the opportunity. And you don't need a crown. You've got your Esther crown. Go and shine.